You're watching Taste the Victory.
Hey guys, it's Taste the RC. We are joined by IMBK, who was part of that exciting green-red Gallantmon Dimension Scissors deck gameplay we saw the other day versus Judgement. A lot of you were super hyped for that deck, so we got that profile for you here. Let's go ahead and hand this over to IMBK so he can walk us through this spicy list.
All right, hey guys. So if you haven't gone and watched that video yet, definitely recommend checking that out before you come watch this one, because it's going to be spoiling all the spice. So first up, we got our main combo here. We're playing 4 Judgment of the Blade. What this does, it allows your Gallantmon to attack active Digimon. And we have 3 of our Dimension Scissors, which says after Gallantmon deletes a Digimon by battle, you get to untap. So basically what the combo is trying to do is to set up enough stuff in your opponent's grave to where you have 10 for his one attacking effect. You play Judgment of the Blade on him to let him attack any of your opponent's Digimon, and then Dimension Scissors will let him untap. If your opponent has at least 4 Digimon, it's an OTK. Since you can attack each of them, burning a security each time, and then the final swing will burn the last one, and then hit them for game. Now, in order to do this, we got a lot of fixing here. So, first of all, we got to figure out how we play in this green option in our mono-red deck, right? So we have 3 copies of Izzy and Mimi, and then to find the Izzy and Mimi, playing 2 of BT1 Agumon. This does is on play, lets you look at the top 5 and grab any tamer. It's not color specific, so it does let us find the Izzy and Mimi. I'm still kind of working on this build. It's not finely tuned yet, so it's still kind of work in progress. But hopefully it's able to start popping off more often than not. We have a little bit more fixing. Just because we're only playing 4 Gallantmon, it's really key to our thing. We also have a memory booster. This also helps guarantee the 4 memory needed to play our 2 options onto the Gallantmon. So this will help both find any pieces we're missing and set up the big OT. Next up, we have our rookie lineup. We're playing 2 of the starter deck Agumon. The plus 1k comes in handy a lot of the time since our Gallantmon's only an 11k. Being able to swing over big stuff is kind of important. It's also why we're playing 4 Yokomon in our raising. This is not a once per turn, so each time you attack something, it's going to continue to gain that plus 1. So you can start by swinging at small stuff and build up until you can like swing over an Omnimon or something on the opponent's side.
Wow, I actually never noticed that was once per turn. That's crazy.
Yeah, it gets ridiculous numbers if you can smack enough stuff. We have, of course, the 2 Agumon over here. We're playing 4 of the promo Biyomon, which is also not a once per turn. So if you are able to like pop off and say only kill 3 things, so you're not quite OTKing the opponent, but you're still clearing out like all their memory and stuff, this just draws you a ton of cards. It's also good with Judgment of the Blade if you just need to kill something big and bring out your Gallantmon, not for an OTK, just to kind of spot remove something. The extra draw happens, and it's nice.
Nice, that's really good.
Speaking of extra draw, we're also playing Guilmon from the new starter deck. He does extra draw when we combo, extra draw if he's like say under a blocker on field and we hit spoilers Gaia Force. The extra draw is nice there as well. Not to mention the Warp Digivolve into Gallant. I haven't had it come up in a match yet, but it's there. If your opponent ever gives you 8 for whatever reason, and you can pop off, like, go nuts, you know? See, that's it for our rookies. We're only playing 12, just because we're playing so many options and tamers, it's kind of hard to squeeze everything into this list.
Right, tight list.
Next, we have our champions. We're going to be playing a lot of blockers here, just because we want late games. We don't want to get run over by stuff early. Remember, we want our opponent to fill up their trash. So taking trades with our blocker is absolutely preferable. If they swinging with 6Ks, we're blocking. And then for our last 2, we have 2 of the starter deck. Or no, this is BT1 Greymon, right? Yeah, BT1 Greymon. Plus 2K, again, Gallantmon's small, and sometimes you know smash over an Omnimon. So the plus 2K here, relevant more often than you might think.
Makes sense. I believe it.
Okay. Let's see, that was our level 4s. Next we have our level 5s. Playing 4 of the Groundramon. This is just cheap 2-cost evolution. Sometimes you can slam it for 5 and it doesn't feel too bad. But yeah, nothing really more to say about this one. Just a cheap vanilla. We're playing it to reduce the memory costs when getting to our Gallant, since he does cost 4 to evolve.
Right.
And then this is actually something that I changed since our game. I was playing the new MetalGreymon, I think it is. They give you plus 2k. BT1 MetalGreymon just gives you plus 3k, which I think is a little better. And they both cost 3 to evolve, so yeah, I changed that out after our game.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So that's our level 5 lineup. Everything here is kind of straightforward. There's nothing like super special about this lineup here.
Okay.
And then lastly, we have our 4 Gaia Force. Again, we want games to go long, so any kind of stall, like you saw it come up in our game, where you can blow up the opponent's big level 6 and buy yourself an extra turn or 2 to help set up is great.
Yeah, it came up with surprisingly a lot.
Yeah.
Nice, that is so cool.
Any questions about the deck, or
Yeah, so how are you playing with ratios? Like, how are you feeling with this version? Is there any changes you'd make?
It's super bare bones, and I wish I could play. Like, I'd love to test some more and figure out the numbers a little better. Okay. It's just we need to see all of the combo pieces, right?
Right.
So we have to play them at like a certain amount. If I could play 1 Dimension Scissor and tutor it from my deck, I would do that. And sometimes we draw like 3 of them, and it feels bad. But yeah, I would be loving to play 14 rookies, like 12 level 4s, you know, just like to get more consistency. But work with what we got.
Right, makes sense. Okay. What would you say is this deck's worst matchup, you know, besides itself, when you're like not worrying about consistency?
Oh, it's definitely itself. Worst matchup, let me see. So I haven't got to test a whole lot for BT6 meta. But I would say one of the better matchups is probably, and this might be a bold statement considering you 2-0'd the hell out of me, but Judgement, they set up the OTK for you. Like, they're always going to have 4 dudes on board, just how much they pay on board. So that's what we're trying to counter. Things we lose to would probably be things that build up, like, 1 big stack and then just smack you with it. Like, Bond of Friendship, I imagine, would be pretty hard for this deck, considering they don't really have a board presence. They're just going to come out of raising and smack you 3 times and then go away, you know?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
And I'm hoping we have a decent security control matchup, just because we can play the long game as well, and then Gallantmon just kind of invalidates their security effects. So
yeah, you're
haven't actually got to test either of those matchups, but just from on paper, I would think that would be hard and good, you know?
Yeah, it makes sense. Like, on paper, with all the discarding security, it seems like it would be a really good matchup for it. So do you ever, like, get into positions where you're, like, in a good spot and can play, like, a normal-looking Gallantmon deck? So, like, for game 2, you trick them and then bring out the Dimension Scissors? Or are you always going for the combo?
I mean, it's just kind of hard whenever you have, like, so many green cards, and they... if you saw in our game 1, I think 4 of my 5 security were green cards.
That was shocking, yeah.
Yeah. Usually I want to slam the Mimi and Izzy, soon, rather than later, to start getting the memory and kind of disincentivizing people to attack. Which works great against you. You were like, oh no, Mimi Izzy. Rewatching the video, you know, I couldn't hear you whenever we were playing, but you were like, oh, I shouldn't swing because Mimi and Izzy. So
yeah, that card was scary. You're going to get like 8 memory on 1 turn. It was insane.
I don't know if there is like a gameplay of just playing a regular Gallantmon, because all of our stuff is kind of building towards the combo, and I don't really have a plan B. I guess now with MetalGreymon, there might be a strat where you just kind of swing security +2 with it.
Yeah.
Like, hope to blow out the opponent with stuff like that.
Right.
But we don't even have like a red tamer for the kill a 6k with Gallantmon's effect. We're just kind of all in on the combo now.
Right, yeah, since it is color specific, that makes sense. Okay,
I have been brewing a green base. I think I showed you for EX1 meta.
Yeah,
since we get the Tyrannomon. I need to test that as well to see if it's any better. I know a few people plan on testing this at their own locals pretty soon, so I'm happy to get any kind of feedback. If you guys want to try out this list at home, let us know in the comments how it performs for you. If you have any tweaks you want to suggest or different things you would run in the build, let us know.
Yep, let us know in the comments below. Thanks for coming on and doing this profile on MetalGreymon. This is super fun. I love seeing like the creative deck building like this in the game. And like I really feel like the element of surprise of this is like really good, because if I had not seen that Dimension Scissors in security, I would have played straight into it. I would have gotten blown out. It's so crazy. Yeah, that was unfortunate. All right, this is so awesome. Thanks for coming on, showing us this list, IMBK. This is amazing. Hope to see you again soon. Thanks for watching, everyone. Let them know what you thought in the comments. Any changes, or if you test this at your locals, definitely let us know how it goes for you. Let us know we helped you get first place at your locals. All right, guys, we'll see you in the next video. And until the next video, remember to stay hungry until you get a taste of victory.